What's up, guys? So, I actually got to go to PowerCon, and I gotta say, it's no Power Morphicon. It was really tiny. There was just a lot of toy vendors. It was basically just a toy show with more of an emphasis on Masters of the Universe. Now, we did have Mattel there, which was pretty cool. They showed us some new stuff. And then there was also Super 7, of course, which, had their Masters stuff as well. But it was still pretty tiny. If anything, I would have to say that this convention was mainly there for toy buying and for the panels, which I couldn't even get into because the lines were just constantly long. I really liked the way that Power Morphicon handled their panels. Basically, they just had the doors open and you could just go right in and sit down. So that was pretty cool. I ended up getting replacement rubber bands for the Masters of the Universe figures and also some figure stands, so that's pretty awesome. And I even got my first two modern Masters of the Universe figures, Adora and the 2-pack of Skeletor and Mo-Lar, which was kind of a mistake on my part. But anyway, we're going to be looking at the Adora action figure from Masters of the Universe Classics. PowerCon 2018. Now, this show was basically a toy show, but we did have some other guests there. Like, we had some professional cosplayers, and I didn't really get this on film, but there was a guy dressed up like Hordak, and he actually looked like the action figure. Mattel, and what I would assume is Gentle Giant, actually got us 3 other He-Man figures. They got us the Slimed He-Man, Faker, and Anti-Eternia He-Man. At least that's what I think his name was. I don't really remember his name either. They also brought with them these old school Halloween masks, and they all had different paints on them. That was pretty awesome. We also got a sneak peek of the upcoming Mega Construct figures, so that's pretty cool. Can't wait to get that Scare Glow. And I gotta say, the Mattel booth was busy all the time. Of course, there's people with some animation cells and artwork. And the toys weren't just limited to Masters of the Universe. There was definitely a lot of modern stuff and 90s things. Now this guy right here, Elements, he took some Panthers and Battle Cats and he just meticulously put these beads on them. That was awesome. Now there was only 3 rows of booths, but they were all really compacted. It was really hard to get by. Of course, Super 7 had to bring their Snake Mountain, which was great, and then we had some more Masters of the Universe classics. So we got to see the Club Grayskull Deluxe Wave 3 figures. Now, I thought it was kind of cool that they also have some Masters of the Universe figures that are kind of in that classic pose, but they are made to look just like the cartoon. They also showed us the rug that is based off of a sticker inside of Castle Grayskull. I definitely got to get my hands on that. And what would a convention be without pop figures, right? Now, I did see a few YouTubers there. I got to see Mad Hunter, Pixel Dan, and also a local guy, SoCal Shaolin. So he does a lot of toy hunting videos, so you can check him out. I'll put the link in the description below. This is the Masters of the Universe Classics Princess of Power, Adora, leader in the Great Rebellion. The back of the package reads, Adora, leader of the Great Rebellion. Real name, Adora of the House of Randor. When Adora and her twin brother Adam were born, the sorceress recognized they were the twins prophesied to wield the power of Grayskull. She therefore magically cloned the Sword of He, enhancing it with the Stone of Protection so that each twin could have a key to unlock the power. Man-at-Arms prevented Adam from being taken, but Adora was stolen away to the planet of Etheria, deep in the dimension of Despondos. There she was raised by Hordak until the day her brother returned, handing her her sword, which she held aloft to become She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe. Other figures in the line are King Randor, heroic ruler of Eternia; Man-at-Arms, heroic master of weapons; Webstor, evil master of escape; Triclops, evil and sees everything; and Scareglow, evil ghost, serving Skeletor. Now, while walking around PowerCon, I was actually looking for more of the vintage figures. But seeing all of those modern ones really made me want to get at least one. So I ended up picking up two things. I ended up picking up the Robot Chicken Mo-Lar vs. Skeletor. And then the one figure that I thought looked really, really good, which was Adora. Now, taking her out of the package, she's made out of that plastic that we would already expect from modern figures. Her articulation includes the head, but it is kind of hindered by the hair. Now her arm can go all the way around, twist, bend, and she has a twist at the wrist. She can't move at the waist. And her legs are also in ball joints, which can go all the way around. She has a bend at the knee. Now you can move her boots, and then she has this weird joint at the foot. She can point her foot down and up, and then she can also come around. But it is an old style of joint. Nowadays, this would be handled with a ball joint. Now, Adora comes with two accessories, unless you count the belt. We have a small silver ray gun with a little bit of gold detail on it. I actually think it's pretty neat. And then, of course, we have the power sword. Now, the power sword does come with a gem on each side. One thing that kind of sucks on this is that you can put the power sword in her hand, but she can't really look up at it. Not only that, but because there is no ball joint at the wrist, she can't really hold it aloft and say, by the honor of Grayskull. Now that's kind of sucky because I'm pretty sure everybody would want to pose her at least once like that. Now, one thing about the sword is that it is made in that modern plastic, and I cannot get this sword to go straight. No matter how much I try, it just keeps going back. This is really disappointing. Oh, and to add on top of that, one of the gems is completely scratched right out of the box. I'm not kidding. This is the second time this has happened to me. The first time was with the Edna Mode figure. Her glasses were scratched right out of the box. I don't understand this. Now, there's also some paint splotches on the sword. Luckily, I don't even know if I even want to say that, but it's on the side where it's scratched. One of the things I have a problem with is her hand sculpts. I mean, why would you give her hitchhiker thumbs? Either she's hitchhiking or she's doing that white girl thumb dance that we see on TV. I mean, I guess she can hold the sword with both hands, but it's kind of weird. It's like you have to put the thumb inside of her other hand as well. Now, she holds things really loose with one hand, and the other hand is really tight. I will have to commend Matty Toy though, because, you know what? She has an awesome face. Now this is an excellent face right here. She actually kind of reminds me of Kelly Bundy, honestly. Now, even though the sword looks really stupid and she has the hitchhiker thumbs, I still like this figure. Oh yeah, and then there's the weird foot hinge, but that's just a early modern thing. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but even with that, I think I still like her a lot. I think this is gonna be it for my modern Masters of the Universe figures, honestly. I mean, it's like every time I see her, she's awesome, but at the same time, she's kind of a disappointment. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the 2010 Matty Toys Masters of the Universe Classics Adora figure. Hey Adora, how do you feel about your hitchhiker thumbs?